this is the last topic in transformer. Once we complete this, we will be going into the DC machines. Okay, so auto transformer is a special type of transformer, and it is used in power systems, motor starters, or various applications you have for auto transformer. And what is how a normal transformer differs from auto transformer? The only way is how you connect the windings. See here in the transformer, you have primary and secondary. Primary voltage, V1, I1, N1, and secondary parameters are V2, N2, I2. And see the connection here. The end of primary is connected to the starting of secondary. The end of primary is connected to starting of secondary, and the end of secondary is connected to the ground. And you measure the output across the secondary. So in normal transformers, primary will be in one side of core, secondary will be in one side of core. But in auto transformer, primary and secondary will be connected back to back. So if I redraw this diagram, see here, first I will draw the primary. This is my primary. The end of primary is connected to secondary, and the other end of secondary is grounded. So you can see two windings connected back to back. This is going to work like an auto transformer. So main difference between normal transformer and auto transformer is in a normal conventional transformer, primary and secondary are isolated. They are present on different side of core. But in auto transformer, primary and secondary are are connected in series, or they are connected back to back. That is the major difference. And in normal transformer, primary and secondary are isolated, but in auto transformer, the current flowing through primary will in turn flow through secondary, so they are not isolated. In normal transformer, primary and secondary are coupled by magnetic flux, but here the same current flowing through the primary will also flow through your secondary. This arrangement is called as auto transformer. So same winding. See, it is like a single winding. The upper half of winding, I'm going to assume it as primary. The lower half of winding, I'm going to assume it as secondary. So that constitutes two windings, primary and secondary. It can be seen like I have two windings separately, or a single winding divided into two halves. So upper half is primary and lower half is going to be secondary. So see here, primary and secondary are connected in series, and they are called as new primary and new secondary winding. Normal primary and secondary means for conventional transformer. When you say it is new primary and new secondary, it is for your auto transformer. And very important thing, primary and secondary are not electrically isolated. Isolated means they are far away, or there is no direct coupling between them. But here they are coupled by means of the current. So same current is flowing through the primary and secondary. Are you able to differentiate normal transformer and auto transformer? Any doubts you have?
Sir, doubts.
Yes.
Sir, then why do we need an inductor, sir? We need an inductor in normal transformer so that magnetic fields will be created and different potentials can be formed and different currents can be created. Sir, but here we have
Yes.
connected means why should we need an inductor,
No,
sir?
instead of having two separate windings which are electrically isolated, if I have a single winding which is going to serve both the purpose, I can reduce the space and I can minimize the cost, right?
Yes, sir.
That is
But
the reason. That is the reason.
why do we need an inductor then, sir?
Inductor is going to produce the magnetic flux. So definitely here also there will be some amount of flux linkage between primary and secondary, but since they are already connected through electrical means, that flux will not be of that much of significant when you compare it with the current flowing through the inductors.
Okay, sir.
Okay, and when you apply the Kirchhoff's voltage law, see V out. Normally secondary we connect the output and measure the output, right? So I measure V out across secondary. So V naught V out will be equal to V2. See here, both are across the same winding. So V out will be equal to V2, and naturally whatever supply voltage you give, it is split across V1 and V2. So by Kirchhoff's voltage law, I can write V in equal to V1 plus V2. So Vi will be equal to V1 plus V2, and V naught will be equal to V2. So that is what I have written here. See here, V2 equal to V naught and Vi equal to V1 plus V2. Now I am applying the turns ratio formula and writing V1 in terms of V2. So V1 by V2 is N1 by N2. So I can write V1 as N1 into V2 by N2 plus V2. So if you take, I know V2 equal to V naught, so I'll substitute here, and V2 is common here. So if I take V naught outside, I will get, if I take LCM, N1 by N2 plus 1, or I can get N1 plus N2 by 2. So So from this, I can find V naught equal to N2 by N1 plus N2 into Vi. So this becomes the relation between output and input of a auto transformer. So we are relating the output voltage and input voltage, and you will be surprised to find that it depends only on the number of turns in primary and number of turns in secondary. N2 is the number of turns in secondary. N1 plus N2 is the total number of turns in the entire coil. So the turns ratio now becomes N2 is to N1 plus N2. Actually, the turns ratio is N2 by N1 only for normal transformer, but for auto transformer, the turns ratio is N2 divided by N1 plus N2 because of voltage division technique. Okay, so new turns ratio is N2 is to N1 plus N2 is going to be my new turns ratio, and it is just like a potential divider. It is going to divide the voltage based on number of turns. So you know that we can apply voltage division technique, right? So Vi is the total voltage, and I am measuring V2 across N2. So if you measure V2 across N2, you will write V2 equal to total input voltage into that resistance divided by that plus opposite, right? Here instead of resistance, we will write the turns. So V2 equal to Vi into N2 by N1 plus N2. Same thing we got. See here. So V naught equal to reciprocal N2 by N1 plus N2 into Vi. So it is just like working like a potential divider circuit. So it will divide the potential across primary and secondary, not exactly in the equal way. It will divide equally when N1 equal to N2. If N1 is exactly equal to N2, if you give 100 volt here, it will be 50 across V1 and 50 across V2. But since the number of turns can be different, it will divide the voltage according to the specific turns ratio. So remember, normal transformer N2 by N1 is the turns ratio. Auto transformer N2 by N1 plus N2 is the turns ratio. This N1 plus N2 is coming because of this potential divider effect. Because an auto transformer just works like a potential divider circuit. So instead of resistance, we'll be using the number of turns. So the conventional voltage division technique formula we can apply. Only thing, instead of opposite resistance and that resistance, I'll be using opposite turns and that turns. If you measure voltage across secondary, you consider that secondary turn divided by opposite is going to be the primary number of turns.